Håkan, warmest welcome to the Genius Leadership Podcast.
Thank you for that, Anna. Love to be with you here.
I love every conversation with you. I'm learning so much. I'm getting so much inspiration, but it's not this kind of inspiration that you kind of have it in the moment and then you leave the conversation and you forgot what it was about and the energy just kind of goes down. No, it's the energy and the inspiration that sustains. So I always appreciate talking to you and spending time together.
Likewise, Anna, this is going to be a nice hour together with you.
I hope so. I hope so. I know. And the listeners directly telling you, Håkan is very open and very receptive. So please reach out to him afterwards on LinkedIn and let him know about the beauty of this conversation, what we took from it, and so on.
Thanks, of course. I'm waiting for... Yeah.
Håkan, tell us about you. So for those who are hearing about you and hearing from you for the first time, who is Håkan? What do you want us to understand about your background and experience?
Yeah, my name is Håkan. I'm just gone 60 years old. That seems so crazy. I'm still a young boy in shorts in my mind. So I'm living in Stockholm and I have time living in Paris, not in Paris, but in France. And I live with my wife. We have been together for 45 years now. Not married, but together in 45 years. That's crazy. Kids, one is 29 and one is 25. And I work. I think I work all the time, but that's a way of living for me. So it's not a pressure all the time. My biggest achievement is to start a company called Berotec, which is a consultant bureau since year 2000, and part-time after that, and sometimes together with that I do other things as well with my own company, and I start a sailing camp, and I do everything. I have a carpenter company working in the archipelago in Sweden during the summertime. So right now I'm building a house for the sailing society on the island that we have. So just tomorrow I'm gonna make the roof watertight. So that's me. Earlier on, I've been skiing a lot as a ski teacher, and I have been having a big band. I've been a guitarist in a big band. Did you know that, Anna?
No, actually, that's new for me.
I'm a bit all over the place, so that's me. I feel that I'm socially skilled, really keen on learning from others and be friend with everyone all the time. So my energy sometimes goes away because I need to recharge my batteries, but I do that mostly by meeting people and having fun and do good things for others. So
you are a very warm and open-hearted soul. I have experienced it time and time again. And as you said, you're all over the place, but I think it's part of the entrepreneurship soul there as well. That you get something, you get passionate about something, or you get an idea and off you go. You're not sitting with it on the sofa and, building theories around it or strategies around it. You implement, you try, you learn from that. And it's so beautiful to see.
Yeah, and when I look back in my life, every time when I've taken these decisions, something good always happens. I learn something, I evolve in some way, and I get better. I help others instead of being afraid, doing nothing. So why not just jump out? How hard can it be?
Why do you think people have struggles with this just jumping out? And what makes you different there?
I don't. Sometimes I say that I don't have the possibility to think the consequences. So that's one way. But I do have that. But I think that it's when I'm trying to think too much, I stop. And then I do not. So I think being in the movement is the best thing. And I think people who don't do that really are afraid of failure.
Or success.
Yeah, they could perhaps not handle the success. Or they say that this is not for me. I'm not the one that should do this. It should be some other people. So I always try to understand why this, I don't know what it's called in English, self-leadership, what makes me do this all the time, and why don't everyone else understand that it is really easy? But perhaps I have some gifts or issues in my head that makes me do things that others don't do? I don't know yet. Still trying to understand that. So people say this should be taken care about the society or my boss or my company or my teacher or whatever, or my wife or my mom or my kids. Why don't you do it yourself? I don't know what's stopping people from not doing it themselves.
Have you always been this self-confident and a go-getter
Yeah.
since childhood?
Yeah, but it's not for gaining power or money or no, it's just to be able to help others. I really need to be member of a group. As long as I'm doing things for others, then I'm possibly a part of the game instead of waiting for be selected. So I have tried to be first on the ball, try to be a leader of every small thing, not for myself, more for the group, but in the long run, it's for myself to be a part of the group. And I've trained that since long time ago. Afraid of being left alone, I think, from the first beginning. So that's a trained skill. It has been helpful and it has been successful. So here I am.
Everything comes at a cost, right?
Yeah.
Always chasing the sense of belonging and the acceptance of the group. The danger is that you lose yourself in that. You just become too adjustable. So how is that?
I think I feel like you see the mask when you see the good people in Venice when they are doing this theatrical. I have these masks all the time. I can be like you. I can be like some other guy. So that makes my really me sometimes go way far away. But I don't think I play theater all the time. But sometimes I've done that. That's costly. I'm losing myself, and I perhaps sometimes have loosened my own values to be a part of the group. That's not so often. But the big thing is, whenever someone tells me something that is not perfectly a good thing, I take it personally. Now I'm afraid. Am I left behind now? Instead of, nice to hear your voice of your thinking, instead of, So sometimes that's the most costly thing. Take every sign as a personal sign. Every time it's good, I feel perfect. Every time it's not so good, it breaks my heart. That's costly.
And when it breaks your heart, what happens? First of all, what are the symptoms of that heartbreak? Physical, emotional, what is going on through your mind?
First I freeze, then I understand that I need to say something. And then when I was younger, it was not so smart of me. I think I try to turn the thing to the other people that was sending out to me instead of just, thank you for your feedback, and just let it be. I couldn't do that. I came in offensive thinking sometimes. But that was more earlier on.
And what happens nowadays?
I have tried, and I got help to understand that I have this autopilot that runs in my head all the time. So instead of reacting the first millisecond that it happens, I have tried, and I'm really good at it now I wait a day or 2 or 3 hours or minutes, just be able to wait, and then it goes away. Instead of reacting the same second that it happens, I wait.
And what does that do to you, to your relationships, to your productivity, lifestyle?
Of course, it gets better. I don't need to act without thinking. I can reflect 1 or 2 minutes or 1 or 2 days and understand that this was not a problem at all. Just keep on. Or that was a good idea. Now I can understand and reflect and decide another way instead of being quick and smart, quick and done. I'm more or less a little bit slower and smarter. So that's good for me in the first beginning, and people are now able to say what they think without being afraid that they are hurting me. Because
Exactly.
at a moment in my life, everyone said, like the king with the no clothes, the what do you call, yeah, you know, it seems like everyone was really saying good things to me because they didn't want to hurt me instead of saying the right thing to me. Now we have a better conversation. That that really makes me better because now I understand what they mean and they say what they mean.
Do you consider this is self-leadership? This is what I really want everyone to master. Creating that space from the first initial reaction to action or to building the story. I'm saying that self-leadership and good self-leaders are not those who are never getting those natural reactions, anger, frustration, whatever it is. It's those who are self-aware, oh, this has come for me right now, and have the tools and techniques to extend the time between that first initial natural reaction and whatever they do as the next step or the think as the next step. Extending that timeline is life-changing. As you said, it deepens relationships. It makes them meaner, so to say, right? It's less bullshit around you right now because people are not afraid. They're not tiptoeing around you.
Well, it's really nice to have found that way of living. And before I was the fastest, the quickest, the smartest, I thought, first on everything. And that was a good way of doing things, but not the best way. And doing the same, if you give me some feedback and I react the same second, that's foolish. I'm still in the team, still in the game, even if I wait 2-3 days. You don't have to worry about that. But before, like this, I took another ball out of the hats and I made a joke about it, and then we still. So it's really nice to understand the mechanism of that.
And you talk about the speed that now you're a bit slower, you might take a couple of days. And I can imagine some entrepreneurs, younger entrepreneurs are listening to this and they're like, oh yeah, I want speed. I need it. Just like you were earlier on your journey. So can you address that? Do you lose a lot by not having that speed just the same way? Do you gain a lot? What's the balance there?
Yeah. I have an inner stress all the time that I see possibilities. I see things that is not good enough around me. And I need to put my hands in my pockets and wait a second or two, and then I act. And I think that eager to do better for everyone still is the best for an entrepreneur to have. But you need to have the right purpose for that. If it's only for yourself, it smells bad. An entrepreneur who is all there for themselves and nobody else, I don't like them. You need to have a purpose that is bigger than yourself. And it's okay to wait. You don't have to stress too much. And I think entrepreneurs today who are financed by other people, I'm not an economist. I'm just an ordinary man. I don't know anything about anything. But if you get finance help from people who put money in your idea, they want money back really quick, really soon, really fast. And they put so much pressure on you as an entrepreneur. So therefore, you need to follow your own purpose instead of their purpose. So don't sell out all the cows in the yard, in the barn before you know what to do. Let the first period of your entrepreneurship take a little more time. You don't need all that money for your own salary. Wait for that later on. Unicorns, they are few. They die before they even can walk. So wait, take it slowly, guys. Yeah.
Let's dive deeper into this, Håkan, because I think this is a conversation that is so important for the success of businesses, for the personal success of entrepreneurs and their health and well-being. But this conversation is not had enough. Right now, as you say, everyone is just like having a very raw idea and not even have tested it on potential clients, let alone have an MVP or already generating revenue, and they're already raising money. So why do you think that is happening? Where did it go wrong? Why is the external capital more success factor than creating value for the end customer?
Wow. I think I don't know, but perhaps these finance guys, I don't know what it's called, the risk capitalists that give you all the money. They are there for their cause. They want to get the best unicorn as quick as possible, get their money back doubled. And in that community, we talk another language. We don't talk about the real purpose of the product or the service we are trying to fix, but we're talking about how quickly do we get a return of investment. And therefore we go the wrong way, I think. If you don't have a good purpose on your idea or you should never do it. If you're doing it just to get rich, you can stick with this problem. I think you need to be grounded in your idea. For whom are you doing it? Why will anyone buy it? And if you have the real reason for that is correct in every human way or in the natural way, or what is this world we're living in, then you can do it. And then you don't have to be in that hurry, I think. You don't compete all the time with other unicorns. You need to understand that we are working in the same community, everyone, to survive on this planet, to survive as a human being, instead of fighting on each other's. I think I would like to be all the time in this blue ocean instead of the red ocean. I understand that you know the feeling of that. And when we started Berotec, I didn't understand that we were making the blue ocean. I just saw that, could I help the consultant to get a better life? And still the clients would love us. I'm whole. Therefore I can go up in the middle of the night because they're a good purpose. And now I understand, wow, after 25 years, they are so happy, so grounded. The clients can find the best consultant with us. I didn't understand that. So we were lucky. And I hope everyone can be that lucky. But I think the problem is that people are too stressed to get the money to as soon as possible be able to be the best company in Sweden. We have this gazelle in Sweden. You would like to be on that competition and win it, but for what reason? I don't understand that. There is another way of winning things, winning life, winning time for your family, living the balance that we all are looking for, but we don't go that way. We want it. We think we get it if we get more money or get a higher position in the company, but it's not coming that way. The higher up you get, the less you can control your life. The calendar for your whole year is really booked by everyone else. The 1st of January. Is that a good way of living? I'm not sure. Okay, you get more salary, you get some kind of equity. Okay, they pay you for everything to stay doing work for others, and therefore I really don't like that.
Did you adapt in that situation any season of Berotec, or have you always managed to maintain the ownership of your calendar, of your time, of your energy? How have you?
Not always, because sometimes you are in the situation in the company or in your life that everything's, it's really pressure, it's really high pressure. But in the long run, if I make some average of everything, as soon as I started my company, that is Berotec, I then could take my 7 weeks on the summertime, gain back time with my kids that I have not been with from the beginning when they were born. So with that said, I was trying to make this crazy career, as everyone does, I think, in a normal company, working for others. Okay, I got a good salary, I got a nice title on my card, and I had a company car. But I didn't feel that I lived my life, I lived someone else's life. So as soon as I started my company, I decided, okay, what's the most important thing? Yeah, it's to get back my time with my kids and my wife. And therefore, when my co-founder, who was more in the old-fashioned way that I was trying to be for 5 years, he was trying to text me or mail me on Sundays, and I said, Urban, I don't want your mail on Monday. No, on Sundays. We can wait till Monday morning. Oh, okay. Just by starting doing that, we get more free time and more time for the work when it should be the work. So in small portions, I think I've done that really good. But when the client comes and need me, I will be at the first time in the morning. So for me, even if you say all these things, for me, there's only one type of time. There is no free time, family time, work time. It's all in the same time. But I understand how to divide it between me so there is a balance. If my client says, if I tell my client, I'm already done, it's Thursday afternoon, in a normal consultant bureau, you need to fulfill your 40 hours. I can say to my client, I'm done. Do you want me to do anything more, or should I go home Thursday afternoon and come back on Monday? Oh, you're really done. Perfect. See you on Monday. And I take my choice to don't get those 6 or 7 hours paid because I love my life more than the money.
You mentioned it a bit with this question when you started Berotec. You asked yourself what is the important part for yourself, and I know that nowadays you are helping entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs to reflect on their idea, to think about it, to formulate it better. Ultimately, you support them start a business if there is an alignment between what you can offer with your experience and network and resources and what entrepreneur needs and wants. So how are you guiding them? What kind of questions are you asking them to really make sure that they're making an aligned and intentional choice starting a business?
Yeah. I try to talk to people. I had this on LinkedIn. I have this entrepreneur cafe fika time. Everyone can sign up for that and I will be available and just talk to you about your dreams. When will you feel the best of yourself? What do you want to do? Why are you doing this? How are you going to do it? What do you think is the big obstacles for doing it? What do you need? What kind of help do you need? And during this conversation, I find out where are they going and what are they talking about. And sometimes I need to stop and say, okay, you said that you want to do this for this reason, but I don't understand. Let me take it one more. And then I really try. I don't know if everyone who's listening to this has seen the old-fashioned movie with Simon Sinek, The How, Why, and What. This is an easy way of talking about, is it the money? Then it's easy to come to that easy question and easy answer. Yeah, I want to be rich. Then we need to talk about other things. So I help them try to find out by themselves what are their values, why are they doing it, and when they are grounded in that, then we can move on. If we can move on, we find out if our market, our clients, our consultants that we have with us could be a part of your idea, help you fulfill it. And I understand that the biggest problem for entrepreneurs to get on and have a healthy way of living is to get to the market as soon as possible. Yeah, so that's why we try to do. We get people from our staff to get into their board to have a way of looking at things in another perspective with experience in their marketing and be a friend. We don't give them any money. We don't have to wait and push them to give money back. We want them to do it their own way, in their own time. And as soon as they need some help, we are there.
So what's in it for you?
That's the best thing for me, to help others to be successful, to be in their best way of living. That's the best way. And we take a cut of their idea, not any other money than when we not can give them any value anymore, we go out of that company and then we get our exit if we gotta get any exit. You don't know that. So this is not pro bono, but it's no money in the front. So it's really nice to help, I think one of the best things for the brain is to help others. That's a really nice thing to do. Karma, whatever you like. Yeah, that's why. So many people talk to me about ideas. Many of them has been so short in time. Is this really sustainable for the long run, or is it just a small thing right now? And I try to get them. If you go this way, you need to understand this gonna take a long time. You cannot do this quickly. you need to understand that you will live on bread and butter only for a year or two. Are you willing to do that for your purpose? And that's these kind of discussions, talks we have, and many of them has resulted in further on talks later. Half a year later, they have been reflecting. Okay, I want to talk to you again. Some of them are not talking to me again, but I don't know what happened. I hope they are happy. I'm not Jesus. I cannot help everyone, but I tell them what I think is good, and many of them has come back. I've become a mentor to one or two of them. This is really fun and really inspiring for me. So that's good. That's a really nice way of taking my kind of work to another level. Now I have operation people doing the work that I did much better. So I have free time now, and I can help others. So that's the way. It's easy to go up to work. I have time now, so it's good. So if you're an entrepreneur, listen to this, and you have some thoughts, please look at my LinkedIn and I will be there for you.
I've noted it for myself. I'll add the link to that booking on
Yeah,
calendar in the show notes. So Genius Leaders, it's there at your fingertips. Take this opportunity. I know that Håkan can really bring a lot of value to you, both from his experience and from his warm heart, who wants the best for people. So he will bring all of that to you in the conversation.
I hope so. And I'm not there for stealing anything. That you need. That's for you need to. You tell me whatever you like, but please be open, and then we can do things that is good for you. So we'll see. We will see what happens.
Håkan, another question on that. You mentioned that when you ask people why are you starting this business, if it's just a personal reason, something selfish, then it's not sustainable and it's not really worth pursuing in a way. That there should be some purpose, some meaning. And I reflected on that when you said it. That last week I had a call with a business coach, and we were talking about my business. So I hired her to review some particular things in it. And then she was like, where are you in this business? Whenever I ask you about your business and what you want from it and so on, you just go back to what people want. So with that, I want to reflect with you, and this is just really ongoing conversation. I'm in the process of thinking about that. I have gone too far with that. Purpose, meaning, creating value for the others. Then I forgot about myself. And I've been building the business completely ignoring my own needs. So have you been there? If yes, how did you go back to the core of actually balancing the both? Or what are your thoughts on that? What could help me in this thinking process?
I don't really. I feel that I recognize myself in your thinking and your questions, because when you're out there with my gifts and my issues in my head that I need to be for others, I forget myself, and I can go far away from my own yard to help others. And I say, okay, can I come back from this? But now I understand therefore I don't go too deep. When I'm talking about the purpose and the values, core values in you, I need to understand if it is your own values and core, because perhaps you have a facade that is not you, it's the corporate thinking that is taking over. So I need to take that away first. And if we can find each other there, then I'm done. If you're still corporate too much, I'm losing you. So that's a way to find out if I get the energy from the conversation, that I can find the real you in this and the real me in this. Then we can go wherever we liked. And then it's not so far away from me then. But if I only do it for the business, for my own business sakes and your business sake, then we are faking it. I think to come beyond the facade as soon as possible, then we understand if it's worth it. Sometimes I need to say, this is not for me, but I wish you all good. And I can understand that I have the possibility to do that because I don't need to get paid to do this. So it's easy for me. I'm there for you if you want it. Otherwise, it's okay. I don't need to be able to get you to understand and love me for this. So this is one way. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good answer for your question, but I think that I have the opportunity not to do this to earn money. I do this to help people. So therefore, I just say no to the people that don't connect to this, you know.
You're mentioning basically the entrepreneurship. The whole conversation is about entrepreneurship. So there begs the question, is entrepreneurship for everyone?
I would love to say yes, but I don't really understand. I'm trying to make a survey now in Sweden to understand what is entrepreneurship, what skills and behavior needs to be in place to be able to be an entrepreneur. But you first need to understand what is an entrepreneur. Is it the one that we talked about in the early moment of this? Is the Bill Gates or Elon Musk or the ones Klarna as founder in Sweden, or is it the woman who runs the laundry just down the road, or the pizza or the ice cream shop in Iceland, or in, that's an entrepreneur for me. The small daily business people who runs things for others, the ones who run. So in that case, I think everyone could be an entrepreneur. You can just let people do what they are dreaming about, trying to help others, that things can be better. Then everyone, instead of waiting for that, the society should fix a laundry here or an ice cream shop here. Why don't you do it yourself? And therefore, that's my main goal, to understand, to get people to understand that they are capable of more than they do today. Not so hard. Just look at me. I jumped outside things, and I'm still alive. And I think people who are like me, what do you call it, coming from not the best place, without any good degrees, I'm capable of everything. I think people feel that they are doomed from the beginning, and therefore not doing anything. They get nothing out of their lives. And this has nothing to do with money or power. It has only to do, I'm doing things that I love to do. I feel that this is good for society and for others. Then you have a happy life thing. So therefore, the answer is yes, I see more people can be entrepreneurs. But we don't need more IKEAs, more Klarna, more of those. It's in the small things. I would like to speak to people in the neighborhoods here, in this, around Stockholm, in schools. They feel that perhaps I could, I just want to wake them up in some way. But they say, it's impossible. I don't speak Swedish good enough. I don't know math. I don't know, that's not the big. So I would love to. So therefore, I'm doing this survey with Berotec and Helena and trying to find out. And after that, I hope we will see that the social, where you come from, your background, if you come from Danderyd or high educated parents, or is it not that is the main reason to be an entrepreneur or successful? Is it somewhere else? Then I would love to tell everyone. It's up to yourself. I think I need to find that out and help more people. Yeah.
I love it how you go back to the basics of, let's define entrepreneur, right? Because right now, because of all the media that we are fed and all the news, when you say entrepreneur, automatically it comes like, okay, I'm aiming to build a unicorn. But as we say, entrepreneur is someone who is building their life, solving a problem that exists on their terms. And so many more people can do it than they think, as you said. And so many more people would serve themselves and their community and the society as a whole so much more if they would do it.
Yeah. And in Sweden we have EF. In school you can have tried to make your own company, as a midterm thing. And I really don't know why they are doing that. Is the feeling for these young people is, okay, I'm going to get rich. I have an idea. I'm going to sell it I'm going to get rid? Or is it, I see a problem that can be solved, and I just want to help them. I don't know what language they are talking in the school, but I need to find that out and perhaps open that up and see if it's possible. Because I think there is so much things to do here. We cannot wait all the time for that anyone else do it. And the ones who is the big ones don't have that purpose. So, yeah. So that's my personal goal, my next 5 years, I think, to waken up people, the young ones especially, and make them understand that they are doable to more than they think, and help them to try it in one way or two. You will see what.
You mentioned ice cream shop in Iceland. That means that you've been to Iceland. Shall we talk a bit about that experience?
Yeah, we can do that. We ate ice cream. We did, yes. And more than that.
Which was not the original program of their Mindkicker kickoff, but that's the beauty of it. We, with Jonas, are very in tune with what's going on, the group dynamic, what we feel, what kind of exercise or practice or kind of conversation or question will help you there. And one of the conversations was about the culture. I love how we really blend that into the program. And then we decided to make a small detour in the snowstorm in nearby town for having ice cream. So what brought you to Iceland, Håkan, and to the Mindkicker?
Well, I think mainly two reasons. The only one thing is that I need to get myself some kind of time for reflection, and I think your program is a way of getting that. The timing was right for that, for me personally. So I can go away to another country. I didn't read the schedule really much. I had met you on this pod that we have, and I find you fascinating. So why not? I need to jump out to the comfort zone sometimes. I try people to do that. Why don't I do it myself? So that was one reason that I needed to find out myself and figure out some questions that I had in my head. And the other one was because I'm curious in people. I would like to understand how other people think. Meet you again and meet Jonas and the other participant and see what they have in mind and perhaps network and see what happens. So therefore, and then the third one is Iceland, because it's a crazy place. So why not? Just before that, 2 weeks before, 3 days before, the earthquake just came. So that was fun.
So you said that you would need some time for reflection, but you are doing so many things that I could imagine are natural to get you in a reflective space when you're doing something with your hands, when you're sailing. Why was that not enough? Why did you need something different, something extra to create space for reflection?
Oh, wow. Because of the one I am, I think when I'm sailing or carpeting in the archipelago or having intro meetings with new Berotec, we have these sessions with meditation and everything, but it becomes more and more work. I'm not there only for myself, I'm there for others. So this was a luxury time, staying in a luxury hotel by myself in a big bed and eating good breakfast and just enjoy being there only for myself. That's luxury. I needed it, perhaps. I needed it. Yes, I understand that I needed it. It was a good time. Timing was good, and why not do that? And really be curious of what kind of way you were trying to open everyone up. What kind of ideas did you use? What tools did you have with you? Do I have the same? Do I learn anything from this? And yes, of course I did. So it was a learning week, both in my profession and in myself.
So what did you learn?
I learned that I already had some good tools that was quite close to yours. I understand that taking this long silent walk was one of the best things this year. Just going by myself, it was it's so easy to do it, but I'd never done it before. So that was a good thinking. 3 hours, I think it was, totally. That was a good way. I think that if we had more luck, the group had been larger. We had more interactivity with more people than this time, but you never know. I think, I think that was the best. And I understand the way that I already was taking, not to react instead of act, has already been coming in my mind, and this was more. This week made me understand that that was the right way. So even if I fail sometimes, so I understand that the test that we did there and the process that we had encouraged me to go on that way. I'm the right way, I think.
It was important because we pushed you guys out of your comfort zones, and for everyone in the group, it was a different ways.
Yeah.
For you, we really needed to push you to stand by your ground and by what you want. As you said, you've been trying to satisfy others so much in your life that your question, it felt, was like, who am I? What do I want? And we tried to get you into the experience that would really help you figure that out. And on the first day, you were very frustrated with one of the tasks with the tower building.
Yeah.
When we pushed you and you lean into our pushing and that didn't work out as you wanted. And then the second day, you were very strong, right? When you didn't want to go into the river with us. And I felt so proud of you that you were fine with that, saying, oh, I'll not do what the rest of the group does. I will stick out and I'll just wait for you here. I'll chill out. I'll have my coffee, walk around, enjoy the nature. Yeah. So can you tell us about those experiences? What was going on with you then?
Yeah, the first time building this tower with these wooden small blocks, everything is, when these come to my mind in front of me, it's a competition. And I understand doing that on this thick, what do you call it, mat.
The carpet.
The carpet, yeah, you can never build a big tower. So of course, the rules was not so defined, so I made it on the hard floor. So okay, that's good for me. Then I can win this. And I was trying. When I was really high up, I understood this could be a bit higher, but the time ran out and it fell down. So I needed to be good in your perspective. It was a game. So okay, you caught me there. So that was good. I think that was not a big thing for me. But the other day when I understood that we should walk this long walk by ourselves, silent, and we had talked a long time about this, who is the captain of your life? I am the captain of everyone else's life from the beginning. And okay, so therefore, that was a kind of a hard thing to understand that, okay, I always there for everyone else. In one way to help others, but always, and in the same way to help myself to be able to live my life. So that was a nice walk to understand that, Iceland ground can erupt every 400 years and right now. So therefore, even I can change in a way. So I try now to not to be fulfilled with everyone else's minds and issues every day. So that was really a game changer for me, I think. It's not easy, but I know the way.
I really loved that insight that you got. We were on the island where there were new volcanoes being built. Lava was spun out of there from the middle of the ground, and how you draw a parallel between that and your own life. And if Iceland, this super old piece of rock in the middle of Atlantic, can decide and change its shape and form, why can't I?
Yeah.
I had goosebumps, and I remember where we were walking on the way back, where you shared it with me, and I think it will stay with me forever. That those simple, kind of insights, but they really can shift your mind.
And it's good to have this kind of metaphor that you can lean on these words because, okay, I remember Iceland, I will never forget it. So therefore, I will never forget this thing that I need to address more or less every week or every second week or whatever it is. Try to. I don't need to change my whole life, but I need to change that behavior a bit so that I will be the captain of my life instead of trying to be a captain for everyone else. So I'm trying to do that better. So this was a good thing. I think that was the best part of Iceland, except for the ice cream, of course.
Which we had to wait for a long time for, huh?
Yeah, and all the kids and the families were there. Yeah.
Oh.
11 o'clock in the evening. Easy. Crazy people.
Yeah. Håkan was shocked when we were coming in, and as you said, it was late evening, and then it was Thursday evening. And kids are coming out of their ice cream shop. So the whole families and the kids are in pajamas, and Håkan goes like, they should be in bed now.
Really crazy. Yeah.
That was a cultural experience here in Iceland.
Yeah, it was.
So what happened for you since then? So you realized that, okay, you can be the captain of your own life, like you are showing up for the others in their lives. What did it mean in practice? What kind of conversations did you have to have? Maybe some changes in your life, in your job description, whatever it is.
I think it's encouraged me to stay grounded in that way, not to every time fall in for others. I wait. I have this autopilot thing. I wait now that I know, but I don't have to be scared about waiting for my own feeling to do the right thing instead of doing the thing that feels right just in the moment. So I think these two things just add to each other. That's good. That's enough. And I'm not in a hurry anymore. I think all the time everything should be done every second. HDA, I don't know.
ADHD, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you see it's going to be happening all the time, all everywhere. It's not so. It's not in a hurry. Just take it easy. And therefore, I am the captain of my own life. In my way of thinking.
Slowing down is about control. And not this kind of suffocating control, but actually patience.
I think so. I'm not fulfilled here, but I'm still learning. But that's the way I answer to that question now. And now, anyway.
Well, you're only halfway through the program, or even less than that. We have to be honest. So
yes.
There's still quite some time to get our support on that. I'm really curious about this idea of speed versus slowing down and having control that way. Again, going back to the narratives nowadays in the startup ecosystem, that speed is the king, right? And this is how you have control. This is how you gain control and keep it, and things like that in the life change, in the quickly changing lives. And you're saying that slowing down is what really does the trick for you.
Yeah, because
why?
I'm always been the quickest one. I see things before other people because that's a way for me to survive from the beginning. And when I'm working as a leader or an entrepreneur, I also try to get people to follow me quick. Understand as quick as I have understood it. Because I've already been thinking for months before I meet you. And I want you to come with me now. And not every day, but really often people say, I don't understand. I'm worried. I stop here. And I lose them. They're on another mountain. They need to go down the slope and go back up to me here. And I really early didn't understand why they are stopping. Why are they staying? They don't have the understanding yet. They need to reflect. And I think it's more efficient for me to be a little bit more slow and letting my friends have the time to reflect. And then they will come up the same hill as me.
Is that frustrating for you, the one who is so used to speed?
Yeah. So for you who are entrepreneurs listening to this, please stay eager, but you need to sell your ideas in another perspective, I think. You cannot sell the solution. You need to sell it by talking about the problems that we have now. What will the consequences be if we stay here, and let people find their own way of thinking, and after that we can talk about the solution. So that's with clients as well. If you come with a solution too early, they will say, no, we don't need this.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of marketing and sell.
And as you say, it works within a team as well.
Yeah. So if the team will go with you, you need to address the right questions and wait for them. And let them find it out. And before I was like this, oh, why don't you? I didn't say that, but I think people saw that. And that took so much energy on me. So sometimes I didn't say anything because it's not worth it. Once I was at the GL course in Sweden, it's one of those process moments we need to find out some kind of the best way of leaving the moon. There was a special question. We need to find out the best way. You need to address all these different items to see the possibility to leave the moon. You do it by yourself in the first, and after 5 minutes, you need to come together in a group and decide together. The thing that happened then, it was 20 years ago. My way of doing it, I didn't say anything about it. The most important thing to me that we were aligned as a group. Now, after 20 years, and that recipe for leaving the moon didn't work. We will die. They said. I didn't know if my way of doing it would be better, but I just shut up. Just let the group decide, and I will be a part of that. Now I think I would like to, okay, what will the consequences be if we wait too long? What will the consequences be? Should we look at my way of doing it? And then I think I would have settled in my thinking in one or two ways in a way. So I understand the mechanism that where I was 20 years ago or where I am now. Instead of being afraid of being loser and put out from the team, that was 20 years ago. Now I'm more, 10 years ago, I thought I didn't know the answer, and they didn't listen. No, I need to, okay, and perhaps I know this. I have some kind of experience, especially about the moon. So why not listen? But you need to find out the way to get the address to them. So that's one way that I use the waiting period, letting people think by themselves. And perhaps, of course, I think as 1 or 2 times as well. So the first thing I thought about could be the wrong solution. Then I have the time to change it.
Do you feel like that affects your ambition? The need to slow down now, the practice of slowing down to keep the people together with you, in line with you. Does that make you less ambitious of an entrepreneur or of a human being?
Yeah, it does. That's a costly thing in a way, because when you're in the movement, you see things. You cannot play football without playing football. You need to be on the field make the passes and take the ball and see the strategy. So if you get too far away from it, I think you lose the game. But as a 60-year-old, I should not be the front leader of the football team anymore. I'm done with that. Other people do that better. So let me be the coach, or let me be the strategic person on this side of the field, and help others, perhaps. So I should not start 10 new companies, not myself. That's like I don't want to do that. Other people do that, perhaps with my help sometimes.
So does that mean that speed is still one of the most important things for younger entrepreneurs when they're still getting experience, wisdom?
Yeah, but speed in the right direction with the right purpose again, I think. Then you should be on it all the time. You need to. I don't think as an entrepreneur you say, oh, I would like to have work-life balance is the first thing. I would like not to work so much. I need to get the kids from the kindergarten. You need to do things in different episodes in your life. In early entrepreneur, perhaps you don't have this big family with the cost, the burnout, that you need to get money in first, then you can do this for a few years, no problem. So I think you need to be leaning forward. You need to have some progress all the time, but you don't need to hurry. You cannot standing still and wait for things to happen to you, because that will never happen. And perhaps say, it's better to take one decision, even if it's bad, than doing nothing. You can always change, because you're learning something all the way. Instead of being afraid of, okay, I don't know if I can take this now, I say no, I say nothing. That's not good. You need to say this or that, even if it's not so good. If you're sailing, the Gotland route is now going to I'm not participating this year, and I really love to do that, but I follow them on the internet now. And you need to say, okay, should we tap now or should we not? You cannot wait, because there's an island there. You're going to get out. Yeah, you need to take the and that's costly, but you need to do that. And as an entrepreneur, you don't know everything about everything. You need to take chances.
How do you not make it about yourself when you fail, when you've taken a decision? And how do you stay in this learning mindset instead of thinking, I'm stupid, I've done it the wrong way, or anything like this?
Oh, I think it's a gift doing mistakes, because, okay, I learned this. As I work as a carpenter, I do things that I never been trained for, because I dare to try. And of course I do mistakes. You just redo it. You just redo it. That's not the problem. I have no problem that people see me as a crazy guy who do things that I don't know anything about. How to on YouTube is a good thing. Why not try that? I'm still an engineer, so why not use the skills that you have? You see things in 3 dimensions. You have the feeling of power, and why not? I think everyone should try more. I would like to help people not to be so afraid.
I love what you said, Håkan, that mistakes is a gift. I think this is, if we can really lean into this mindset, we can do so much more, and we can be so much happier on the journey and enjoy the ride so much more.
And as you have kids, as I know, and I have 2 grown kids now, and when they are before 5 years old, they don't understand that it's not okay to fail. But as soon as you get into kindergarten or school, other people in the same age, you did wrong, you cannot write and spell as I can, you're not a good painter. And we're losing them so early. And in the school area, my kids who don't understand how to read and write, till they are 30 years old, they have dyslexia, and they are doomed as well. Okay, I'm cool. And there you have it. So, of course, they don't want to read a book in public in school. But they are the ones that really should do it. The ones that is not capable should try more to be able to ride a bike or hit a ball instead of not doing it. So in nature, if you're not capable of hunting for your food, then you die. That's a hard way. But then you need to try it until you are able to hunt. But we are doing something else. We are complaining if other ones is not capable, and that makes people not doing things.
It's so natural for us to learn. I see it on my daughter. She's 5.5 from now. She'll start school in August. And when she starts doing something, she does it again and 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 again. And just sitting there like, how the hell does she have energy and persistence to just stick to it? But she's just figuring it out. And she doesn't see like, oh, I failed this time, I'll go and do something else. Oh, she's in the process of figuring it out. So why would she drop it? It's so natural for us. We have it within ourselves. But then, as you said, the system just kicks it out of ourselves if we don't fit the very narrow scope of what we should do, at which age, on which timelines, at which speed. So we just learn to not be ourselves and not listen to our nature. So,
And I think we need smart parents and smart co-workers, smart leaders that makes it possible for me to fail and try again. Try and be positive in any way. Then we get better things done. But everyone is afraid of the above people, so my face needs to be nice in others. So yeah, we have a big problem here that is really easily solved, I think.
Yeah, you've already mentioned many things that really can help us solve it on a societal, but also first and foremost personal level.
Yeah, I hope so.
Håkan, back to Mindkicker, was there anything that you felt you were surprised by in the kickoff itself, so the days that we spent in person with each other?
Of the program or my experience?
Anything, your experience, your insights, anything about the logistics, whatever.
My lack of getting more info before could be a thing. I think the big shift is the scheduled meeting that we have afterwards. Because
Tell us more.
The group was too small for me to interact with more people. The energy was too low. As I am. I need people to ping pong with. But then the group was too. Even if we should meditate, then we shouldn't be like this. No problem with me. But I had hoped that there would be 10 or 15 people or interesting discussions that never came up. So therefore, the scheduled things afterwards is really getting it to a better place.
And I remember you had frustration in the first follow-up with Jonas, first one after the kickoff, that you had those frustrations. And it's an experience for us all, right? We're doing our best with meeting people where they are, but it's not always working as we would like it, or
no problem with that, because you get what you get. So I think you hoped for more people participating as well, but you cannot stop it because everything was on the run. So you need to.
And we're getting for the quality of people instead of quantity, and because that way sometimes turn people down when we feel like they're coming in with the wrong intention, when there are people like know-it-all kind of people. We had several of those who are coming, and then we feel like, okay, that will not create a safe space for people to share and so on. So it's painful to have sometimes smaller groups, but we feel like it's our responsibility to make it safe, and so that people can feel they are surrounded by people whom they can trust, even though they've never met them. But talking about the conversations afterwards, why are they picking up the slack for you?
Yeah, because every time you go to a conference, you go to education in work, you have these 3 days of fun, and you get some tools and have fun during the night in the restaurant, and then you go back to the normal life. And nothing more happens than you went away from your family for 3 days, and it was costly. So it's easy to understand that to maintain some kind of evolving in your life, you need to address this frequently on some kind of schedule. So that's the big thing, I think. It's time for me to reflect when we meet next time, that perhaps never would have happened if you didn't call me. So therefore, regarding self-leadership, of course, the daily business take over every time. So that's a big thing.
So anything that you would like to focus on for the remaining part of the year with us, with Jonas? Anything that we can do better to support you on your journey?
I don't know right now. Yeah, I don't know. It could be if we say that I have a way of doing this captain thing. I know the thing. I'm doing it. Let's say that I'm doing it right, whatever right is. What will be the next move for me? With your knowing of me. Because as you know, I'm eager. just getting where I am now, okay, that was good, but it's not enough. It has to be more. I don't know what that could be, but
Fascinating. Let's discuss it, because just after this recording, we actually have the next follow-up with you guys joining us on the call. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation. But one of the last step, I have a couple more quicker questions, I would say. What would make this investment worth for you, or maybe it already did, for this year of Mindkicker?
Once again,
what makes this investment worth it for you?
Yeah, I think the silent walk will never go away from me. That will stay. I think that is the most thing. And to continue to talk to you, that's a way of feeling, and Jonas, of course. I don't want to lose any friends, I would like to keep on having good conversations. I didn't go that course with you. Perhaps could have this meeting anyway, but not the other ones. So I think I evolve, and I love learning from other people and have the possibility to learn out my taste to others. So I think that's the biggest shift instead of having, my journey goes like this or that. No, I'm feeling quite good as it is. I know now that I am the captain of my life. That was the big thing. So,
Any thoughts on who should join this experience next year? As in, if the person is considering that for themselves but sitting on the fence, what should they ask themselves to understand whether that's experience they're ready for and that would be good for them?
I don't know. I think perhaps now this team that you put together was 3 different people with no connections to each other. They had nothing to do with each other before, and perhaps not afterwards. I think this kind of workshops, what we call educations, could be really valuable for groups in a company. People who are working together today but not understanding each other. You can use the tools and the time to be together, reflecting and meditating, and do the silent walk and have reflections together afterwards, and getting the perfect group dynamic. So, hello, everyone who's instead of leading board, if it's called so in English.
Executive teams, board of directors.
Yeah, why not? Or a project group that is really the big issue with high obstacles and really tough work. They perhaps need to find a minute or 3 days just by themselves. But you also are able to rest. There is time for resting. You can sleep long, you eat good food, and you don't stress. That's a good way of charging your batteries with pure fuel instead of oil.
I love that. Pure fuel. And the last question, okay. Anyone who should not join the Mindkicker experience?
Oh, the ones who is thinking that they are perfect. Don't need any help. You don't want to help any other one.
Easy. Straightforward.
Easy. So in my book, many people are able to do that course. Everyone, almost everyone would like to help one another and understand they have perfect things that they can help other with, and need sometimes help to figure out their issues. So, and I think a group with a larger number of people, then we can interact with each other more and help each other during the course. We have this kind of networking thing. So it's not only you and I. There's, I think many more people can do this.
We just need to find them at the right time.
Yeah.
Håkan, thank you so much for the conversation. As I said in the beginning, I always love hearing from you, learning from you, understanding myself better by listening to you and your experiences. And I'm pretty sure the Genius Leaders had a bit of that experience today as well. So thank you for that. Thank you for being the energetic, empathetic leader as you are, who walks his dog and does good in the world, but also learns to not forget about himself on that journey. I think that's all.
Thank you, Anna. Nice to talk to you. I'm learning every time talking to you, so really nice. Thank you.
Genius Leaders, to you, I want to remind, as always, that I see you, I feel you, I love you, and I do believe that you can also build this balance of having the purpose, building towards it, creating a life for the others, but also taking care of yourself. So do this tiny step towards that life of yours today, and talk to you next week.